Hey everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website address, if you don't already know, now you know, is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. In my opinion, the best place on the entire internet for clinical trial information. And one of my favorite things about this blog is the emails I get from viewers like you. And by the way, if you have a question or a comment or just anything, and it's not appropriate for a comment on my blog, send me an email, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com, and I will probably turn it into a video answer. And it's also a good way to start a dialogue between the two of us because I like to connect with my audience members. So today I'm answering several questions, and one of them is from an individual. Most of these people want to remain anonymous, so I'm sorry if you do not want to remain anonymous. If you want me to shout out your name, specify that in the email, otherwise I will keep you anonymous. This is one of those business development questions. Hi Dan, I came upon your blog. I was wondering if you can assist me. My wife has been working as a clinical researcher for several biopharma companies for over 10 years. We were approached by a doctor friend of ours who has his own practice in internal medicine, and he would like to conduct clinical trials at his facility. We currently have a business that would supply him the researchers, nurses, and administration. The problem is how and whom do we contact in order to get a clinical trial at our facility? We have tried to go directly to CROs, but to no success. Please advise. So another one of these business development questions. How do we get more studies for our clinic? And if you're watching this on YouTube, check out my blog, theclinicaltrialsguru.com. You should see it on the bottom of the screen here. I've got tons of videos for you on how to get studies for your clinics. I'm actually going to be coming out with a DVD soon titled How to Get More Studies for Your Research Clinic. It's a very popular topic, probably the most asked question I get. And I always get it asked in different forms. So anyways, and shameless plug for my other DVD, Introduction to Clinical Research. It's been selling like crazy. Thank you guys. It's awesome. Okay. So the problem is, it's always difficult to get that first study. It's always going to be difficult and a challenge to get that first study. Once you get that first study, it's a lot easier to get that second one, and then it's progressively becomes easier and easier and easier to get studies until you're at the point where, in a busy year, like this year, Southwest Clinical Trials, I'm getting like study leads almost every day. I mean, this year is just a ridiculously busy year, but the point is the very first study is the hardest one, the most challenging time to try to get a study. Because sponsors want to know that you have experience. Okay, in your case, what I would do is partner with your doctor friend. Since he's a friend, you guys should start a separate business, an LLC, I would recommend, but I'm not going to get into that on this blog. An LLC or an incorporation, whatever you want. And work out the percentages amongst yourself. Because your wife has research experience, and you don't mention anything about yourself, I'm assuming you have some kind of knowledge about medical businesses, and then your doctor friend he would serve as the PI, the principal investigator. So basically, if you've tried to contact CROs but to no success, that may have just been bad timing. You may have not contacted the right person. You may have contacted someone who may not have any studies at the moment. What you want to do is get on these CRO databases. Each CRO has a database of investigators that they go to when they have new studies coming up. One that I recommend you sign up for is drugdev.org. I actually interviewed the founder, Melissa Easy, on my show a few months ago, drugdev.org, and I'll link to it on this blog post. But you have to get your site signed up there. It's completely free. The ones that you have to pay money to get signed up for, I wouldn't do it, because most of these CROs, actually none of these CROs charge. If anyone ever charges you for a study, that's called a study broker, and I'm very much against study brokers. For different reasons, which I've also covered on the blog. So drugdev.org, sign up your PI there. And also just go to clinicaltrials.gov. Look up any type of studies that he wants to do. He does internal medicine, so look at stuff like asthma, hypertension, high cholesterol, things like that, and look at the studies that are currently seeking volunteers, because those are the studies that are ongoing or have not even started yet. So they're probably seeking research clinics, and start sending his CV out to all those companies and to all those project directors, and let them know that you have a support staff in place. You also want to set up SOPs for your clinic. I recommend my DVD, Introduction to Clinical Research, so that your staff can get trained on exactly what it is you need to learn, what it is you need to know about research before starting, the most important points. It's all in my DVD, Introduction to Clinical Research. Shameless plug there. But anyways, that's the way to get studies, and start calling. Just if you tried one CRO and you weren't successful, keep trying them. Drugdev.org, sign up on all their databases, utilize LinkedIn. Okay, go to LinkedIn, connect with all the different project managers, site selection people from CROs or pharma companies. If your wife was a researcher for several biopharma companies, she certainly has some connections. If she's not on LinkedIn, she should. She should connect with these people. All you need is that first study to build up your PI CV, and I don't even know if he has any research experience at all. But assuming he doesn't, you just need one study to get started. One study turns into two, two turns into four, and you're in business. So do that, drugdev.org, clinicaltrials.gov, start calling people like crazy, network like crazy, online, network offline. If your doctor's going to any meetings like DIA, any annual conventions, network like crazy. I suggest he does that. Online networking, offline networking, and just sending his CV out to different people. It's going to take some time. It's going to take, I mean, if you get lucky, you might get a study within a month, but prepare to go 3 months before you get a study. And once you get the study, prepare to wait 1 to 3 months before the study actually gets started. So just do this, do a lot of marketing, do it heavily, and check out some of my other blog posts. But definitely clinicaltrials.gov, definitely drugdev.org, definitely do LinkedIn, and definitely have him or her network at these conventions like DIA, ACRP, things like that. Hopefully this helps. I want to give my Clinical Trial Guru producers a shout out: Sarah Elizabeth Siegler, Resolve Research Solutions, Accurate Clinical Trials, Erdhart Clinical Trials, PTNR, Patrick Stone, Darshan Kulkarni, Biopharm Systems, Mozio, Zymewire, South Coast Clinical Trials, and Breakthrough Clinical Trials. I'm still accepting more producers. Right now it's still just $99 for a lifetime membership. You get so many benefits, it's ridiculous. And email me your questions. Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you.